Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly oracle card reading. And today I'm using the Earth Magic oracle cards, and I haven't used these cards in a really long time, so I'm excited to bring them out for a reading. Okay, so I'm going to start by drawing 3 cards. And I just want to get a little bit of insight into what's coming up for us this week. Okay, so we'll start with the first card, which is going to represent Monday and Tuesday of this week. And we've got Unfoldment. Oh, that's lovely. I love this card. Okay, so this is Lotus Flower, which represents unfoldment. I feel like this is a card of, I want to say enlightenment. Like, this makes me feel like, kind of when you're open and you feel enlightened and you're not in that sort of ego state where you're interpreting events in a certain way. You're not grabbing onto anything, you're not grasping, you're not desiring, you're just sort of present and at peace. This card has a very peaceful feeling. So I feel like there's 2 messages for us. One is that if you're having any difficulties whatsoever, particularly in either relationships or in bringing some kind of project or something to fruition, it's going to really help you to focus on feeling peaceful. So do whatever you need to do to feel peaceful. So maybe even like make a list of some of the things that's worked for you in the past. Like it could just be, you know, go to a yoga class, go to the beach and meditate, you know, listen to some relaxing music, or even, you know, just writing down all the things that's on your mind that's driving you crazy to kind of, you know, get them out of your head and get them on paper. But do whatever it takes to gain that, you know, a sense of peacefulness and relaxation, even if it's just for a few seconds or a couple of minutes. But that should really be your sort of primary focus for the beginning of the week. And the more you focus on feeling peaceful, the more things are going to run smoothly. And even if they don't run smoothly, they're not going to bother you as much because you're in a more kind of peaceful, meditative state of mind. But I feel like the beginning of the week is about unfoldment. It's about things flowering, and this is a very positive message of sort of an opening up. And I'm at a loss for words of how exactly to describe it, but I feel like the beginning of this week is really, there will be that sense of things opening up. So it could be within relationships or just within you, in yourself. You feel yourself and your energy is kind of opening up more and becoming more at peace and more receptive. So moving on to the middle of the week, we have Rain, Purification. I like this card as well, and it has a different kind of energy than the Lotus Flower card. And what I'm getting from the Rain card is that there's a certain cleansing that's going to take place this week. And in some ways it can feel, it might feel kind of intense, but it will feel good as well at the same time, if that makes sense. It's kind of like when you cry, like it's a release. You might not be happy when you're doing it, but it's a release and you kind of feel better. Same with like when you're doing a cleanse or something like that and you're, you know, eating healthier food, and, you know, at the time you might not feel very good, but then afterwards you feel really good. So there's definitely things that need to be released and need to be purified in your life. So this could look, you know, there's all different ways that you could go about doing this. A lot of this has to do with clearing clutter, like actual physical things in your environment. So getting rid of all the stacks of old newspapers and magazines or whatever that you have lying around. Letting go of things that you own that no longer bring you joy or that you no longer use. And then also I feel like this has to do with relationships as well, maybe friendships that don't bring you a lot of pleasure or a lot of joy, or people in your life that are a drain on your energy. And with this card, I'm not getting the sense that you need to like be brutal and like end all those relationships, but just don't give them the energy that you maybe have been giving them up until now. So you no longer need to give that energy and attention. And yeah, so just sort of letting go that way. But there's definitely an energy of purification. And if some of you are you know, kind of focusing on eating healthy, I feel like this card just sort of is supporting you in saying that you're definitely doing the right thing. And if you are, you know, changing how you eat, and maybe you're exercising more, sometimes you will have sort of detox symptoms where you don't feel that good for a while. You feel worse before you feel better. I think that's the message of the card. And then moving on to the weekend, we've got crystals. And this is all about focus and focusing your energy, focusing your attention. So I want to just step back and read all these cards together because I'm seeing a pattern. We're entering the week with this sort of, you know, unfoldment, this opening up. And sometimes when that does happen, when we open up, our grip on life is not as strong because you're opening. And naturally there's going to be a sense of letting go of certain things. So there's going to be certain things when you sort of enter that phase of being a little more enlightened, a little more aware, a little more open and at peace. There's certain things in your life that just aren't going to fit for you anymore, like maybe certain friendships, you know, like I said, or just certain even like certain foods or whatever. And so that's where this sort of release comes in. And also certain thought patterns, certain emotions, which can show up as a sense of sadness and, you know, that feeling of loss. So that's all kind of part of this opening up. And then once you move through this stage, we get to crystals and focus, and you're able to actually focus your energy and attention. Once the rain has kind of washed you clean, you're able to gather your attention, gather your focus, and then you have lots of energy. Your energy isn't being drained by crappy things in your life that you don't need anymore. You know, your energy isn't being drained by negative thinking or whatever, and you're able to really focus. So this weekend is all about gathering your energy and focusing on something. So something you want to create, whatever feels right for you, whatever it is that you want to focus on. And I feel like this card is just a reminder that what you focus on and where you put your energy is what is going to get bigger in your life. So you want to be sure that you're focusing on something that you really want and something that makes you feel really, really good. And I just want to look at this card again to see if I get anything else from it. I just noticed the purple color. It looks like there's, you know, amethyst crystals everywhere, and purple is such a spiritual color, and I really feel like this weekend is definitely about kind of working on yourself spiritually, and maybe even focusing on developing some of your spiritual gifts, like some of your psychic gifts. So it could be, you know, tarot reading or oracle card reading or healing, you know, doing Reiki. But I feel like for a lot of us, we're going to be using this weekend to really focus and learn on developing some of those really positive spiritual gifts that we have. Okay, so this has been your weekly oracle card reading, and my name is Kate. I'm from dailytarotgirl.com, and please feel free to share, you know, your own experiences in the comments below, or your own interpretation and your own view of the cards. I love to read your take on things. And check out my website, dailytarotgirl.com, for tips on tarot reading and mini lessons and tutorials and free spreads. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and have a lovely week.